All right, hey, how's it going, guys? Super Duper Productions here with another video. Hey, like I promised, more Q stuff. The LSD finally came in. This is the most budget way to do it. It isn't the AMS or any of those other brands. It's the traction concept ones. Seen a few people run it, so I guess we'll see how it goes. But let me show you the product. So it comes in this package here. You can see a sticker, bubble wrap, and this is literally all it is. You're basically essentially just putting it in between inside your diff. It's gonna go right in the middle, and you're gonna have to grind down your gears. He does have an option where he sends you gears that are already grinded down. So if you don't want to grind down your gears and stuff, or take it to the machine shop, do it that way. I think it's a couple $100 more. I opted out to do it myself, so we'll see how it goes. But with that being said, I already started the process. But in case you guys are doing this, obviously you remove your exhaust first. I don't have an exhaust, so I have dumps, so I didn't have to deal with that. But first thing I did was remove the dry shaft, which is gonna be some 17 mil bolts, 14 right there. So 14s and then 17s over here. And then some more 14s right here for this brace that goes right here. And I removed the sway bar from one side, so that way it's easier to access the diff. And I also removed my my diff brace, which is right there. I have the pry. But I'm gonna keep chugging along here. I have to actually disconnect the axles, so I have to just place them to the side. I've seen people, it's kind of a pain, but they look like they wiggle them out. And then I would probably drain the fluid now. And since you're doing this, you might as well just obviously you're gonna have to put new fluid in it, so not a bad idea. Yeah. Well, let's keep going with the install. It looks like next what I got to do is do the main bolt over here, which I believe is the 17, and these ones right here. So let's get to it. Right now, I'm probably going to just see if I can just slowly displace these axles right now before I do that, though. Because it looks like they kind of just hang. It looks like it's kind of a pain. It's not as easy as like the Z's and G's, because those, like these, they're bolted right here, so they're way easier to just displace all the way the axles. So, but let's see how it is. Oh yeah, by the way, I was gonna do my diff bushings, but I forgot to order them. So I might go to the store right now and just get them, because I might as well do it since I'm here. But I mean, my bushing doesn't look bad yet, but I might as well, because I don't want to have to drop the diff again. But let's keep going. All right, so I just got it off. So in order to do it, you remove the 19 to 17s, and as you drop it down, it's gonna, like, these will be able to slide out. It's kind of a pain, but okay, it's out. Oh, and don't forget the 12 mil ABS sensors. But once you get it out, there's gonna be some bearings here, which are those seals. You should get new ones. And just for future reference, this side was on this side with one shim. This side was like this with two shims. So like I said, this side, the driver's side, like this with one shim, passenger side with two shims on this side. And now what you gotta do is remove all these bolts and hit the pin out. I'll show you right now. All right, so it looks like a mess, but it's not that bad. All right, it's kind of bad, but like I was explaining, once you remove that pin, which is on this dowel, it comes out of here. But once you push it through enough, you'll be able to slide this pin out. You kind of have to bang it out a little bit. And then these are the gears right here that you're gonna be resurfacing. And you're gonna be resurfacing this side, the front side of it, in order to make the LSD fit. You're gonna be doing it on both sides, apparently. I'm gonna see, I guess not every single diff is the same. So you basically grind them down till you have 0.3 to 0.05 of clearance on in between the LSD. So, but from what they say is you can grind down these faces a good amount, and they're really strong gears and nothing will happen, according to the manual. But yeah, and then don't forget to put these washers back on, apparently. I'll show you where they go right now. They go behind the gear when they're in there. But yeah, I'm gonna try to figure this out. I'm just gonna use a grinder because that's all I got. I don't have a belt sander, so wish me luck. All right, so here we go. I grinded out both gears already. These ones already threw in, but like same concept. You honestly grind it down quite a bit. And I guess the best way to do it is they want 0.3 to 0.5, 0.003 to 0.005 of clearance on each side. So basically just grind them down until you have that clearance all around, which once you throw this plate in, it has, you know, as long as you have clearance all around that much. And then obviously when you're assembling it, I put these two, the top and bottom ones, the bigger gears in first. And then you put these ones in equally, and then you spin it. So like I'd put this one on this side and this one on that side, and you literally spin it until it lines up to the pin, and then reassemble the rest like how it went. But let me keep going with this video. But yeah, you grind it down quite a bit. Like it's not gonna be perfect, honestly, if you're just using a grinder, but you can get it pretty close. And honestly, they say these gears are really strong, so they say don't worry if you go a little bit over, I guess. So we'll see how she performs. So that's what it looks like with everything in place. I put the ring back on, which is a bunch of 17s, I believe. Yeah, the 17s. And then now to put these bearings back on, clean them up. I already cleaned the cover, so that way you can put new silicone when you reseal it. But now just put everything back. So I'll just show you guys right now. My bad, this thing was a pain in the butt, but I'm reusing all the seals, so wish me luck. I should have bought new ones, but I didn't have time. But I didn't damage them, so it should be fine. Guess we'll see if it leaks. This is how it looks like over here. I need to still clean it up. But yeah, let's keep going. Before you don't mess up like I did, make sure you take those two little plates and pins out. That's what actually activates the LSD, so don't forget. And like I said earlier, the bearing, the one washer, the bearing, and two washers on this side. I don't know if all of them come like that, but that's how mine was. And that's how it goes. All right, let's keep going. Now I need to put silicone and then put the seals back on. All right, so I got a little late on me, but here it is. So the way I got it in, obviously I'm not gonna put those in yet because my diff brace. But the way I put it in is I put in the one axle in completely in first, and then I fish in the other one. And you fish it if you're on a lift, kind of like lower down here. That way you can get both in, and then you push them both in, and then obviously you line up the 17s in the front, and then the 119 in the back. And don't forget your ABS sensors, which are 12s right there. And now just gonna fill it up with fluid. Once I'm gonna let this shit dry a little bit. I'm gonna let this stuff dry a little bit, and make sure your axles are seated properly and the ABS sensors lined up. That's kind of how you'll know if it's seated properly. Yeah, I'm just gonna put everything back together, and then once let the sealant dry for a little longer. I use Nissan OEM sealant, by the way. It's in this tube over here. It's like called liquid gasket. It's still OEM Nissan stuff. I never have that stuff leak. I use it on the engine and everything. That stuff is amazing. But let's keep going with this video. I'm gonna put my diff brace back on, which is the 3 bolts. That's why the 3 bottom ones are off right now. And then yeah, fill it up with fluid a little bit later. I'm probably gonna disassemble the whole thing and then do the fluids. That way I give it time to dry. Usually this stuff dries pretty quick though. Like it gets tacky really quick, so it only takes like a few hours, and then you can fill it up with fluid. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, so there it is, all installed. Diff brace, ABS sensors. I just filled it up with fluid. It's about 1.5 quarts. And this is the fill port, the top one, the bottom one's the drain. Put the braces on, which are 14s. These braces, which are 14s, drive shafts back on with the 17 mils, and also the shifter cable, which is a 12 right here. Sorry, it's a little dark, but oh, and if you guys haven't seen my Boosted 6 dumps, there they are. I got the resonated, so they're a little bit fatter, but definitely resonated. It sounds way better than non-resonated. I have customers who have non-resonated. They don't sound that great. Even these like sound alright, But I mean, it's what you do for power, I guess. Which isn't even that fast. But LSD is fully installed now. Axles in, everything. So yeah. I think I'm gonna do a separate video for the what's it called? For how it actually performs. But yeah, as you can see, that's the shop logo right there. SBD Performance. Yeah. I don't think I had shown that yet on YouTube, but yeah, I got this sticker on both sides. On the passenger side, it's mirrored, so you can see it backwards, you know, like kind of how drift cars do it in Japan. I don't know, just wanted to do something a little different, and I like it, so all right. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one, and let me know what you want to see next. I'm slowly doing everything. Just be patient because everything is expensive and I don't have time because I always have customer cars in here. I run a shop now, so not a shop, but you know, it is what it is. I gotta lift and stuff. But yeah, next thing I think I want to do is a carbon drive shaft for sure carbon drive shaft. Well, for now we'll just stick with the LSD and do one mod at a time. That way you guys can go along this journey with me and just basically max out this setup, and then I don't know, until it blows up, do built motor. But yeah, peace. Sheesh. What y'all know about that LSD? LSD.